Hey there, I'm Kristen with Raising Disciples Mom, where I provide practical tips to confidently raise your children with godly character. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. And today we're diving into a topic that many of you have expressed you would like help with, you've asked about it, and that is dealing with an emotional child. So let's jump right into it. So about a week ago, I answered a mom's question. She was on Reddit. It was about dealing with her very emotional child. And I hear from moms all the time. I know this is a topic dear to our hearts. It's dear to my heart because I have a couple of sensitive children in my bunch. And not to mention that I have a pretty sensitive side in my personality as well. So you can check out that post on my website if you like at raisingdisciplesmom.com. But I'm going to be diving into the same question, just adding a little more information and diving a little bit deeper into it. So today's question, let's get to it. It was brought from Lisa's from Reddit. That's Lisa's with two eyes. And she writes, does anyone else have issues with dealing with a very emotional child? I feel exhausted and drained with seamlessly endless emotional meltdowns. I also feel like I'm failing at helping her cope. I guess I also just need to vent. I have a 5-year-old girl who has always been extremely emotional. She has meltdowns almost daily. These are usually not conflict situations or fights, but more like bursts of negative emotions that she cannot control. She finds it hard to deal with disappointments or gets angry when she cannot do something that is not the best, where she's not the best at something. And sometimes there's sentimental stories and kids media that can trigger her to a point of meltdown. So reasons in the last couple of days include she got to be St. Lucia at daycare Christmas party, but now the party's over and she can never be Lucia again. We listened to a kid's song with touching lyrics. We played a memory game and I got 3 pairs compared to her one. A drawing that she was trying to make work, but it didn't turn out the way she wanted. So naturally, I wanted to comfort her and help her cope in any way I can. I told her she'll always be our St. Lucia and made her a Lucia crown of her own. I reminded her the song actually ends on a positive note. I told her that playing the game together and having fun is more important than winning. I told her I liked her drawing and I could help her fix it if she wants, plus hugs and kisses. But in all these cases, my efforts to comfort her failed, to soothe her, and more like made her more upset. I feel like even if I try my best, she's inconsolable and I just make it worse. She has a better connection with her father in these situations, and I often ask for his help. Sometimes when we're alone, I feel like she simply blocks my attempts to support her. Sometimes I get irritated myself simply for the frustration. In any case, I feel like a poor mom who cannot help her kid. Dealing with these events all the time is really draining me. I feel like I try my best to no avail. And she goes on to say that she feels like she's walking on eggshells around her, that sometimes she avoids activities that might trigger her. And to not emotionally exhaust herself, she will emotionally distance herself sometimes and try to ignore or just give some more neutral approach. But she hates that strategy because she doesn't want to send the wrong message that she doesn't care about her feelings. She also says that it's very draining for her because she was an emotional child and watching the Dumbo song, Baby of Mine, still makes her cry. So she says, her question is, how do you deal with these hurricanes of emotion? Why do I suck so bad with this thing? Is there anything I can do to get better at it? Thanks for reading. All right, so obviously Lisa's is not here for me to ask more questions about the situation and see how she's feeling, but I just want Lisa's to know wherever she's at that I can hear and see that she's dealing with an emotional and sensitive child and give her the space that I respect and honor how she feels about that. And that I empathize with her. I empathize with her that, that can be so exhausting and frustrating to deal with frequent emotional meltdowns. And also just encourage her that many parents experience similar struggles, that she's not alone in this. And so one of the big takeaways I got from reading her post, and let me know if you got this too, comment below, what you pulled from her message was that often her daughter would come with an emotion. She viewed it as a negative emotion. And like many of us, and I'm very guilty of this as well, we try to fix it. We try to offer a solution. We try to help our kids feel better because it can be hard and uncomfortable to deal with these negative emotions, or what we view as negative emotions. And we might feel uncomfortable with it. And so the biggest takeaway that I would help Lisa's with is empathetic listening. To really do some active listening, that when her daughter has a meltdown, to just actively listen and validate her, to allow her emotions, to accept them and acknowledge them without immediately offering a solution or without immediately jumping in. And sometimes our children just need to feel heard and understood when they're upset. You know, I hear you. That's sad. That's hard. Sounds like you're really upset about that. Understandable. I would feel upset about that too. I'm here for you. I hear that X, Y, and Z. And I know I'm guilty of this. I was going to counseling for a while with my marriage. I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel understood. I didn't feel listened to in my marriage. It was causing a lot of problems. And my counselor gently, we've gone on a different topic, and I brought up my daughter. She's sensitive. She's very emotional. It's hard to deal with. I didn't know how to deal with it. And my counselor gently reminded me, maybe she wants to be listened to the way you want to be listened to. And when she said that, it really gave me some clarity, and it just opened it all up, and it changed everything because I really started listening. I thought I was a good listener. I really did. But we tend to be fixers. We tend to provide a solution right away. We know the solution, but we are not that person. I am not my daughter, and I don't know what solution best works for her. And so instead of jumping right in and providing that solution and trying to help her feel better right away, sit in that space of allowing that emotion and being there with her and validating her. That's the biggest takeaway I've gotten from this. Let me know what strategies you would, or tips or tools that you would help this mom with. I also had staying calm, because it is important for us to stay calm during their meltdowns, because our emotional state can affect how they react. So taking deep breaths, remembering to stay patient, and then being patient and giving it time, because emotional development, it takes time. Emotional regulation and maturity takes time. We're still dealing with that. We're still trying to grow in maturity in that. And so it's really normal for young children to struggle with their emotions, and to offer that support and understanding. Even if we don't see it right away, we're not going to see it right away. And the last tip or strategy I would help this parent is to involve her in the solutions. So once she calms down a little bit, maybe asking her, turning it on her and saying, what could help you in this situation? What solutions can you think of? And they might not know, but just giving them some time to sit in that. This can help children build a sense of agency, empowerment, helps them develop problem-solving skills. So I just encourage you, mom, Lisa's, wherever you are, it's important to remember you're not a failure. Parenting is a journey. It's okay to feel challenged. We're all going to feel unsure at times, and you are being intentional to understand and support your daughter. And that's very significant. And so you're doing your best, and with some time and patience and applying some of these strategies, I believe that you will be able to manage these emotional hurricanes more effectively. Now, if you want even more insights and practical guidance on raising emotionally healthy children. I've got some really exciting news for you. I'm doing a live workshop called Raising Emotionally Healthy Children. It's on August 23rd. I opened the registration just for one last day. So check it out. It's on raisingdisciplesmom.com/emotional health. And it's only open for today. It's going to be about emotional health from a biblical and positive discipline perspective. We're going to go over prioritizing emotional health, myths about emotions that are very common in Christian circles, how to move beyond those myths, the power of validation. We're going to be doing some engaging activities together. I'm going to be doing some live group coaching sessions where you can bring your questions for your specific situation. And I'm going to be working with you to help you find a solution that works for you. And so I'm so excited about it. It's going to be so much fun, you guys. And it's a steal right now. It's only $29. So check it out. Let me know too what advice you would have for this mom. Being respectful and kind and encouraging. All right, I'll see you all soon. God bless. Bye-bye.